Hey, Liberty Bell, high school, junior high, Mr. Brooks here, back in the art room. And I'm trying a little experiment today on, what is it, Wednesday, the 18th of March. Our second day without you in class, and our second day kind of being at school, trying to come up with some good and worthwhile enrichments and things to help you guys stay in touch with school, stay in touch with art while you are away on this extended break. It's weird, no question. This room has never been this quiet. It's certainly still messy, which is totally fine. But I miss having you in class, and I also want to be able to, in addition to the arts packet that I'm working on, right? We talked about that on Monday. This arts packet that I'm going to put together to send home with everyone, and that arts packet will be, and I'll show you that again here maybe in another video, but it'll be a kind of a collection of prompts, a collection of things for you to wrap your head around. You know, it'd be the kind of thing that you can do every single day if you want. You can even do it on Saturdays and Sundays. You can do it a couple times a week. You can do it in the morning. You can do it at night. I think a lot of the assignments, for lack of a better word, will be short things. But then some of them, you might spend more time on. I'm going to encourage you, just like eighth graders, I have encouraged you in the past to sort of take your full 10 minutes for like a Tuesday 10. I feel like 10 minutes of just drawing every single day, 10 minutes of something is like a really great sort of daily practice, and something that you can do, you can set aside time for. You've got loads of time. And it'll be different, and it'll be something you'll enjoy. So some of these assignments might take you 10 minutes in this packet. Some of these things might, take you a half an hour. Some of them might, occupy a lot more time. So we'll talk about those as we go. But those will be sent home on the bus at the drop zones. So please look for those on Monday afternoon. This right here, this is my attempt to share like some live, quote unquote live, video with you guys. Sometimes it might just be drawing with me, I might draw a picture for 10 minutes, and you can draw the same picture. I'll try to go slow, or you could draw something totally different. But again, it might be something to look forward to. It might be just a reminder of the sound of my voice, which I'm sure, you'll miss. But it'll also just be another way for me to communicate, and another way for me to share a few things. So this is an experiment. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if people will let me keep doing it, but I'm going to give it a try. There's two things happening here. One, I'm sitting at my desk. Maybe this at other times can be from a different location. And then two, in the photo room next door, there is another iPad facing the wall with a piece of paper on it that says the art room, which is why I think you guys are seeing a split screen right now of me and Back in the Art Room, episode number 1. In just a short second here, I am going to switch over to a shared screen, and the shared screen will allow me to open up Adobe Photoshop. At some point, maybe I'll find a way that we can do this and it makes sense for me to draw on an actual piece of paper. But today, I'm going to try using one of our little Wacom drawing tablets and a stylus. I know you guys can't do this at home. We were, and we will, use them in our art classes. I have 25 of them now, so I have enough for everyone to use. But I'm going to draw on this stylus because it allows me to create sort of a drawing and also talk about it and have you see it relatively largely on a separate screen. So anyway, I'm going to attempt to switch screens, and we'll see what happens. Give me a second. We all have to be patient in lots of ways right now. All right, so we go to share screen. And then we go up here to the share application window. And lo and behold, look at that. There is my virtual drawing setup, and we can start sharing. And then hopefully now you are seeing a blank white screen with maybe some tools, maybe some blank windows over here, over on the side of your screen device, whatever you might be looking at. My plan, right? Like, I don't know if these MP4s are going to be too big for me to email you. I don't know that I'll do that, but I also am going to post them on the Liberty Bell EduBlogs site that I told you guys about on Friday, and that is in your piece of paper that I handed home with you. I better start drawing here instead of just talking. Anyway, one way or another, I'm going to post these videos so that you guys can see them. I'm adjusting my brush size right now. I want some sort of like relatively small brush. And again, the beauty of these drawing tablets, right, is it's kind of cool because you can do thicker and thin lines. And you guys know this too. We've talked about this in almost all of my classes, whether you're using a paintbrush or whether you're using a pencil. You know, you can create some interest by having a variety of lines. So, you know, right now I'm just drawing some random lines while I'm talking, but we could easily, you know, take something like this and we could turn it into like someone's hair, and then we could give them, you know, some big old ears, and this is you know, just this is how drawings start sometimes, and you don't necessarily have to have a plan when you start, but even just starting, you know, one thing leads to another. Like that hair up there makes him look like he's really surprised or something like that. Probably, maybe doesn't need a haircut. Maybe they do need a haircut. There's not a lot going on there. Anyway, with your pencil, with your pen, you can sort of make some thick and thin lines. You can add those extra details that sort of make a bunch of lines and circles become a face, right? And then that face like gets a certain sort of expression which communicates an emotion. I'm gonna use just some dark shading there to block out that teeth. Hopefully none of you have, you know, gotten too upset with your siblings yet or anything like that, and that hasn't happened. But I'm gonna clear that screen. And I think just to finish things off today, just, you know, we're just, like I said, we're just trying things out. I am going to draw you a self-portrait. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but well, I feel like when I usually draw like a portrait, I'll start sort of with the eyes. That doesn't, you know, it's not a requirement by any means. You could start in lots of different places. And then why I'm doing eyebrows next, I don't really know. When I think of myself as having kind of a normal nose. You know, I don't know. It's not too bumpy. It's not too small. It's not too big. I definitely know that at, you know, 47, yeah, that's a little not my chin. That's okay. I don't have quite as much hair as I used to. So I got a little bit of the receding hairline, and then, you know, kind of a little bit of kind of a widow's peak there. Give myself a little bit more hair there. Oh yeah. See, my I can tell already, like just looking at this, right? My chin is a little too long. That feels about right for where my now see the ears. There's definitely little swirls in your ears. Those aren't. I'm not looking at a photograph or anything, so don't worry about this being completely accurate. I am going to. No, you know what? I'm not even going to get that eraser out. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna pull that chin around a little differently, right? Maybe I'll make it look like I'm wearing a scarf or something like that. And then for the mouth, you know, oh man, this doesn't look like me at all. Well, that's what happens when you're trying to draw a picture sometimes. What? Anyway, so lips, my jaw is definitely not quite that square, but that's all right. It definitely looks like a person. It resembles a person. Then I'm going to pull this down. I think what we'll do with this is maybe we will, like, right? Sometimes you just got to, like, go for it and make your... I'm not going to erase anything because get too caught up in that. I'm gonna make it look like, I mean, it's still sort of wintry out. We still have all that snow, right? So I'm gonna turn what was like this sort of extra big chin into a scarf. And then, just in case you forgot, I do wear glasses. The glasses I own now are, you know, they're kind of square shaped. So again, you know, just, I don't know if this is exactly where the nose piece fits in on these glasses, but they're kind of square with a little bit of a curve on the outside, I think. And since we're just doing like lines, right, or not using any color, I'm gonna just make these lines a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to draw just a thinner line, like way on the inside, that kind of like the thickness of my glasses. I don't see very well, so I've got pretty thick glasses. Tuck that extra little line back there behind the ear, right? Okay, then I'm almost intentionally making that line on top just a little bit lighter so I don't lose my eyeball in there, you know? And this is just like, this isn't anything new. You guys, we've talked about this in every single class, just like observing details, looking for things, kind of slowly working our way around. I don't have to make this happen too quick. I'm going to do just one thing real quick here, because I, like, you know, if I had a piece of paper in front of me, it'd be nice because I could just zoom in. I want to give this just a little bit more interest before we wrap up for the day. I don't want to make this more than 10 minutes. But let's just use some cross hatching in a few places, or just some little lines to create like the sense of shadow, right? I could do that underneath the chin. I could do a little bit of it kind of in a few spots where the scarf kind of tucks in, or like this fold over here, right? And it kind of just gives it a little extra interest along the same lines, all right? You know, because again, I'm not doing anything with color here today. I want to make, thankfully for me, although maybe this whole experience of craziness in the world will change my hair. My hair hasn't turned gray too much yet, so I don't need to leave this completely like white up here. It's kind of like, you know, just in case you forgot, it's kind of like a brownish, blondish something. I don't know. But I'm gonna use just some little tiny lines. If I can use my mouse and sort of move that down. Hopefully this is all working on your screens. I don't know. And I'm just gonna use my, you know, just like a really short, kind of light and sort of dark, like texture, right? I'm going to put a little bit more of it down here where it's like even darker. And then I'm going to do the same thing over on the other side. So you can kind of watch that. And then, you know, where my hair is like thinner. Yes, it is true. I know all of you think I'm 27. It's not actually true. I can keep it a little bit lighter on top. So again, I wouldn't have expected you to follow along and sort of draw like a picture of me. But if you are sitting at home today and you find this video and you want to try drawing a picture of yourself or someone else in your family, you can kind of watch this and you can kind of see how the style works and how things can unfold and how all these little things like observing details, like right now I'm just adding a few more details in a few places, a few more lines, some lighter and darker lines. Can even make just like a few light lines underneath those glasses, or maybe this is like the shaded sort of side of my face. Man, that does not look like my mouth. Doesn't really look like my nose either. That's okay. And you can use just those really light sort of lines to, I'm going to, over here, we're really going to have kind of some cross hatching where it gets a little bit lighter to create that idea of some shadows. Last thing, again, this is just like final thing, and then I probably should get off of here because I don't know how much this takes up. I'm going to give myself just a little, like, I don't know, like puzzle piece pattern or something on that scarf. Now it's making me look like a giraffe, but that's good. Because then, and we'll see this, we'll kind of maybe appreciate it all together in a second. Like you'll have this texture in the scarf, right? And then you'll have different texture in my hair and a little bit of different texture in my face. And before you know it, you've got a picture that starts to have, oops, I'm trying to just slowly sort of bring this back down for you guys to see. There we go. Yeah, again, not really looking like me. But I'm going to sign this one. Hard to sign with this. And what is today? Today is 3/18/20. So maybe you drew this in your art booklet if you're doing something. Maybe you drew it in your journal, right? And it's kind of nice to have this record. So there's me wearing a weird scarf, but trying to put together some videos for you guys. And this has been like back in the art room. What does that look like? We go back in the art room. Nope, we're not going to call it the bar. So we can get rid of that. But it is like episode number 1. All right, there we go. I think I will close this down. I'm gonna go back to my screen sharing button here, see if I can stop sharing. And hopefully that means that you see me again over on the side of your screen. And you also see back in the art room, episode 1, number 1. And I'm going to stop it for there. I hope this works. I hope we can try it again. And I hope you are home. And I hope you are drawing and washing your hands and keeping yourselves busy. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll be back.